Guys, I'm gonna teach the single knee drop first, and then we're gonna teach the double knee drop. Okay? So, single knee drop. You guys can come over to where Tony Sensei is. Okay? Single knee drop is a rip-off of Koga's Seoi. If you don't know who Koga is, go look him up. It's the greatest of a generation. Okay? So I want to start with my foot at the top of the tricep there. Okay, or I'm already there. Okay, it doesn't matter too much. Alright. Obviously you want your judo to be dynamic, but sometimes you can catch people off guard by just stepping and snapping. Okay? So the idea is, as this foot comes down, I'm going to pop them up. I'm not going to do big kazushi, I'm just going to pop. Get them on their toes. Okay, get them to kind of react and stabilize. Then from there, I'm going to shoot this knee, all right? I'm going to make sure this leg isn't too far away. I'm going to shoot this knee deep between his feet, okay? I'm going to lift my knee up and shoot in reverse direction as I pull him over me, okay? 1, 2. I want to pull him forward as I slide myself back. Now this leg's going to get in my way. How I finish is I swing it back like a drop uchi. Finish this out. Okay, one more time. Okay, uke must be square to me. I don't want to do this if he's in stance. This is not the time. Although there is an argument to be made that I can do it here, okay, outside of the foot. So my leg here is outside of his leg. I want to kick my hip out a little bit, so I'm not straight up and down. I'm kicked out. My arms are pulling him over. And then I want to slide this leg in a big circle and roll. Alright, let me switch you up for Javon. Most expect break this grip, but you don't have to. Especially because you're dropping, right? I'm not doing all my power. I'm just here. This back leg has to be ready to push, because I don't want to slide, I want to drive. 1, 2, kick the hip out. Ideally, my hip is right outside of his knee, okay? I pulled myself in, slide my left leg around like drop uchi, guys. Any questions on that before we try it? Cool, let's try it. It's not hard and fast rule, meaning like you don't always have to do this, but I don't like to touch 2 knees at any given time. I don't like both of my knees on the mat I want to minimize that time. What I mean is, I don't drop my first knee in and then bring my second knee. Yeah? Okay, because it sends a lot of my weight that way. I also don't power bomb my knees like this as much as I can, because for one, it hurts my knees, and for 2, like, I don't want to be out of contact with the mat, usually. Okay, so I always want something to drive off of. So for me, when I do my knee drop, and of course everybody does their techniques differently, so what I want is I want a low kuzushi step, okay? So I'm splitting the difference between my arms and my drop, okay? So you see I'm like already really low, and my hands go up very high. So I'm still in this diagonal here, but it's so high, it's almost like you can't tell. If I was up, you'd be able to see me doing this. But I'm low, so I'm down here. Okay? And then I'm sliding this knee down to the mat. Okay? 1, 2. Now, my toes are down right now, but usually I'm flat-footed for this. I'm pulling him over me as I'm pulling myself in underneath him. Then I bounce my knees by rolling forward. So without, okay, really quick. 1, and I'm not staying here. 1, 2, and then to finish, I want to come up. So I don't go here and then throw. I'm here and I drop this knee as I go forward. So my knees are really doing this. And I'm going forward with that. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yvonne, okay, please. And we got many flight hours together. Okay? I don't step super deep with this leg because, I mean, for me at least I have a long torso, so it can still get jammed in. But I don't do top of the triangle usually, it's usually just inside. 1, this back door for this leg is open. My knee is turned already. 2, look at my hip, outside of his knee, arm pulling up and over. Forward, turn. I don't want to land on the arm, but. Okay. Over rotate as you're coming in. I don't want to come in here, straight on. Right? Because you want to slide to your right. Right? That's what keeps happening to you, right? And you too, Javon. So that back leg coming in pushes my hip all the way up. You too, Leland, actually. See, I'm this way. Forward. Turn. If I'm doing morote, this stays so I can, remember that shoulder conversation we had yesterday? Here's that shoulder.